This episode of Savage Sessions is brought to you and produced by Radio Salad Studios. And now your host, Chucky T.
Our opening shot takes us from a black screen to the sounds of an ocean, and we see a gangplank dropping on the ground, and as the camera's following gangplank up, we see Mr. and Mrs. Wolf and the captain starting to walk down the gangplank. The camera dollies up and pans around, and we see a large sign that says Port of San Fran. And as it pivots around, we can see the city of San Fran illuminated. It's the early morning hours, and even now the dock is busy. There are two carriages waiting not far from the ship itself. And we see a familiar old man, Asian man, dressed in elegant clothing. And as Kwoloon moves forward, he bows graciously, and Archibald bows, his wife bows, and he snaps his fingers, and some servants quickly run forward to take up their luggage and things of that. One of them extends a hand out to Miss Wolf, to which she nods at Chow and then nods to the servant, and she takes his hand, and he begins to move her towards the carriage. Chow turns and he nods approvingly and looks at Archibald, nods. Your wife is an extraordinary creature. You're very fortunate. Archibald nods his head and thanks the old man. And as the door opens up, the servant goes to help Sophia, and Sophia jerks herself away. And I don't need you. I'm more than capable of escorting myself into a carriage. Archibald grimaces and looks down at Chow, because Chow is an older man. He's much shorter than Archibald Wolf. And Chow looks up at Archibald, cocks an eyebrow. My wife. You could tell she doesn't need anyone. I'm fortunate enough that she wants to be with me. Chow watches Archibald as it continues on, and there's a look of sadness in Chow's face. And he follows up alongside of Archibald, and as Sophia gets in the carriage, their manservant Bartholomew follows up with them, and as he sits down, Mom, about the party, in your current condition, are you certain? Not a word. It's a party, a New Year's Eve party. What could possibly go wrong? Mm-hmm. There's an explosion. The scene transitions, and we see Sophia again decked out in her New Year's Eve garb, and we watch as wood and blood go flying all around them. And we see people are on the ground. A fight has broken out in the Jade Pavilion, and Sophia Wolf looks up. She's holding on to her husband, and she has a knife held out in front of her defensively. And as the camera pivots around to follow her gaze, with the front door of the Jade Pavilion is no longer there. In fact, most of the wall is also gone. A large robed figure strides in, and he is quickly flanked on the left and the right by multiple men. And floating off the ground is a beautiful Asian woman. The camera comes up on the Asian woman, and she states, Kwoloon, you have something I want. To which the camera snaps back around and follows this ethereal woman's gaze as it centers on Chow, who has his many sons are trying to surround the old man. Chow's face grows slack as he looks up, shakes his head. It cannot be. Kwoloon Fang. She lives! It snaps back to this Dowling Fang as she floats and she cackles. And camera, as she moves towards the camera goes black and replaced with the words Deadlands, the Weird West.
This episode brought to you by the kind people at Red Juice Studios. They produce some great shows and could produce yours too. If you have an idea on a podcast and you're not sure where to go or even where to start, these guys can help. Check out their stuff at redjuicestudio.com. There's a cool kitty cat on the splash page. Go see it now. Hello, players, and welcome to Savage Sessions, a production of Radio Salad Studios. My name is E. Morris, and will be your host, along with Chucky T and Big Stompy Robot, and our mascot, Totes Magode. For Deadlands, the Weird West, Big Trouble in Kwoloon, a tabletop RPG powered by Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, created by Pinnacle Entertainment. Definitely check them out for all your role-playing needs. Now, as is tradition here at Savage Sessions, if there's any in-game currency, we like to start our players off with a little bit more. And for this system, that comes in the form of bennies. These are points that all the players can spend to do cool and crazy things in the game, like survive. The players have their current bennies and may now gain a little bit more by giving us a 60-second intro of yourself or a who are you from the player's perspective. Would you like to kick it off there, Big Stompy Robot?
Oh, sure.
You're on the clock.
All right. In this episode, I'm playing Sister Mercy. She is a nun with a past. She was a gunfighter in her younger years, or maybe just a few years ago. I'm not quite sure. She has kind of a dual allegiance to the sisterhood that she's a part of. And she's also part of the Twilight
Legion.
I keep wanting to say Imperium, but that is Doom.
Yeah.
How's that? Did I get enough?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's roll with that. I like that. Go ahead, take your Benny. And how about you, my good man?
Yes. So I will be playing the wonderful and unimitable character of Lacey O'Malley, a first-generation Irish-American who has a slight accent because he talks to his parents. And yeah, basically, he's just a go-getter when it comes to the news. The question is his news. So he loves the strange, the unusual, the kind of hard to believe stuff. And so he believes it as much as he tries to make other people believe it. And so when he reports the crazy and odd, it's convincing, it's believable, because deep in his heart, he believes it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I like that. Yeah. So yes, the Jade Pavilion. This is the New Year's Eve. At the bottom of the screen, it says December. New Year's Eve. That's what this is. It's supposed to be a party. Kwoloon is a common ally to the Twilight Legion and the Ripper Society. The Rippers are based primarily in the UK, and they do their work all over Europe. They have done activities here in the States, but primarily over on the Eastern Seaboard. While the Twilight Legion focus a large majority of their activities here on the West Coast, tonight was supposed to be a celebration of a mutual collaboration between the two societies, viewed as a way to make them unstoppable in their never-ending battle against the darkness. But apparently, someone has other ideas. So the camera quickly speeds up, and we see several bodies on the ground, people huddled together. Again, the Jade Pavilion is not a large saloon, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it is Chow Fat's. It's one of his primary meeting areas that he does as a crime boss in San Fran. The robed figure, as it steps forward, it's not far from the heroes, and we have two other heroes are just by the front door. We have Shady Doug, who is scrambling back, and just getting to her feet is Bad Luck Betty. And as Shady Doug grabs onto Betty, and Betty's trying to help her up, per her namesake, she slips on some blood, and she carries Doug with her back to the ground. The hooded figure, as he removes the robes in dramatic fashion, he is a pure monstrosity all to himself. He's easily 7 foot tall, the width of 2 grown men, and just muscled all the way from head to toe. He has bizarre tattoos on his forehead and his face that run down onto his chest and along his arms. He wears a bizarre collar around his neck and around his wrist. The floating woman, this Daolin Fang. In her right hand, she carries an orb, and she glances around at all the scared people. She looks up at the bar counter where our other heroes are located. The indomitable Sister Mercy, the reputable stalker of the night, Lacey O'Malley, Sophia Wolf, and her husband, Archibald Wolf. Only a few scant feet away from them is Chao Su-lin, the old man, the merchant, the ally to both groups, and his many sons are surrounding him and trying to protect him. Gentlemen, I'm going to be handing out some cards as the woman raises her hand up as it gets quiet, as she takes in the sights around her. The beautiful Asian woman with bizarre garb. And again, look, enchanting. Very enchanting. Except she's floating. Yeah, she's floating about 2 feet off the ground. And she smiles, and it's all black teeth. And she points out, "Collect what I am here for." And with that, her men stop, and they all shout, and Chao Su-lin's men also shout, and the battle commences. All right, so here's what we'll do. You have the 3 cards up there. The top card, if I remember correctly, I believe is Everett's. Okay? The second card is going to be Greg's. The third card is going to be the allies. Okay? The minor NPCs. And there's several of them in this room. And then the last one is going to be the wild card, the ogre. that is standing in the room with you guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip over the top. Hold on. Yeah. I'm going to flip over the top card. It is an 8 for Everett. Second card is also an 8 for Greg.
Ooh, we're twinning.
Next one, ooh, Jack for the allies. And then for the ogre got, the hell is that? Is that another 8? Is that a 5? No, I can't read that. That's a 9. That's worse. So if you don't like these cards right now, you can toss a Benny and I'll flip another card for you. Everett, would you like a new card? Are you good?
No, I'm good, man.
All right, Greg, would you like a new card?
No, I'm good. Let's see what happens.
All right, so we got the Jack. All right, so the Jack are the little guys. So there's one person that is not far from Sister Mercy and Lacey O'Malley. Okay. With the other people coming in, this fighter has turned their attention to one of you. Would each of you please roll me a d20? Whoever gets the lowest is going to suffer the attack. Lacey got a 4. Sister Mercy got a 3. So give me 1 second. Again, this is just a mook. This is so one wound of this person is either dead or incapacitated. So we have ourselves. He rolled a 3. I already know. Whoa. What is Sister Mercy's parry?
Her parry is 5.
5. Okay, so this now work. What just happened? This thug launches himself at Sister Mercy and it fails. What in your head? What does that look like?
I don't know. She might have saw it coming and she just kind of stepped to the side, and because we were standing near the bar, were we?
Yes.
Yeah, she just kind of steps to the side, and as he comes by me, maybe she tripped him or pushed him or something right into the bar.
Right, not only into the bar, but up and over the bar the guy goes. And now that brings us to the others. The ogre has hunkered down, waiting for his opportunity to move forward, and that sends the others running over top. Now, Shady Doug and Bad Luck Betty are on the ground, and Doug is and Betty's still slipping on some blood and whiskey that's all over the floor. And with Doug cussing at them as 2 men come blasting forward. One of them comes directly on top of the nun because they don't care. The other one comes running up. Now, remember, Chow has his many sons. He's got a lot of kids. And as this one comes running forward, he slams himself into a couple of these kids, and 2 of them break away from their father, and they engage on this guy. Lacey, you're pinned back, but you have enough room to move around. But that's not good enough, as 2 more guys have run up, and they're also trying to get down to the old man. And that brings down the men from the stairs. So right now, it is just a smorgasbord of feet, fists, blades, all spiraling each other, and it is just a cyclone of death. Oh, okay, but I got the one on Sister Mary.
Cyclone of death.
Right? Okay, that's a 5. All right. 1 second. Again, new guys. And all the guy has, he just has a simple knife. So that's going to be a D4 and a D6. oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. That's a lot of green. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm sorry, Greg. Okay.
Trying
So
to kill me already.
Oh my God. So that's 4, 10, 11, 15, 18. Greg,
Yeah.
What's Sister Mary's toughness?
We got a 5.
You have a 5.
Oh, that's 4.
That is 4 wounds. That is enough to potentially kill Sister Mary with 1 hit. Welcome to Savage Worlds. Okay, so Greg, you have an opportunity now. You can drop a Benny, give me a vigor roll with right. For every success and raise, and you can get multiple raises on this. You could try to avert the damage. Or you could drop your adventure card.
Oh, yeah. We might just end up from one mess to a bigger mess. Let's do the Benny this time.
You drop the Benny?
What?
There we go. Drag it onto the table. Thank you so much. Okay, so what is Sister Mercy's vigor? Give me a vigor roll, please.
We got a D6.
We'll see if we can't retcon you some damage. There we go. Ooh,
That's not very pretty.
Ooh, you want to spend another Benny?
I think I do.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We got an 11. That's the raise. That's going to get rid of at least 2 wounds. Oh, you want to try it again?
I still think it's... No, that was the Benny I spent for the reroll.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so still 2 wounds. Yeah, this guy shows up, and in all the confusion, the blade slams into Sister Mercy. Involuntary scream as she staggers back, clutching onto the wrist. She manages to pull the blade out of her body. She's not going to die from it, but it's that slice is going to be leaving a mark and a scar. The good book flies up into the thug's face, careens into the bridge of his nose, instantly breaking it and sending the man back a few paces. And now him and Sister Mary are right back into the cyclone of death. I like that. I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah, so that's the mooks. Now we drop down to we drop down to the ogre, the big guy. Again, the lady who's floating, she's just watching, very happy. And anyone who's not caught in this fight is haphazardly either running to the back, running upstairs, or literally throwing themselves through windows to get out of the Jade Pavilion. And with that, the ogre comes walking up, and the woman is talking to him. And she's issuing him commands. And as Sophia is fighting, she puts the man into a headlock, twists his arm, there's an audible crack, and she sends one of the thugs to the ground. And she glances around, her eyes wide, like, that doesn't make any sense. And the ogre comes up, and friend and foe alike, he is grabbing by, like, his massive hands are gripping onto waists, shoulders, or necks, and he's just tossing people like rag dolls. And he's effortlessly making his way up to Chao Shalin. All right, so that brings us to our 8s. The hearts go before clubs, so Greg, you are up first.
Okay. Is that dude still standing near me, or did he disappear?
Right now he's still in front of you. He seems intent on trying to finish the job. You will be at a -2 for all your actions.
All right, I'm just going to pull my gun out and shoot him. I'm just going to pull my gun out and shoot him.
Yeah, no, there's no talking. There's no talking. There's no. We're not doing that.
We're on turning the other cheek in the good book.
Yes, there is a
We're just going right to wrath.
Right to wrath. There's no mercy. Right to wrath. Here we go. Go ahead, give me that shooting roll. Let's see how this plays out. You got a 9. So 2. That
So
drops down to a 7. Drops down to a 7. So regardless, not enough, sadly, not enough for race, but you still get to do the damage. Roll me 2d6 and add them together. These guys only have a toughness of 5. All you need to do is 1 wound, and it'll put this thug, and I can do my favorite thing.
2d6.
Yes.
There's 6.
There's 6. Okay. It's up to you. If you like that, you'll keep it. Otherwise, you can drop a Benny, try to get something better. He is just a mook.
That's the best I can do because I don't want to burn through all my bennies right now.
Right? Okay. So, yeah. So the shot, as they're going through, Sister Mercy pivots back. The knife comes up. Sister Mercy just, cocks her head and pulls the pistol and pops the shot. The man sees the telegraph of the pistol coming up, and he slides to one side. The shot goes off. It connects with the shoulder, and he begins to stagger back. And that brings us to Lacey O'Malley. Oh my. Okay, this is happening. Kung Fu fighting everywhere, blood and people, and then you watch Sister Mercy get stabbed.
Oh yeah.
And she's still fighting. And there's a big guy, no, not a guy, a thing. That is a goddamn thing. That is not human. So the first thing I need from you, because Sister Mercy has not seen this thing yet.
No.
She's too busy. I need a fear check from you.
No, okay.
It's a spirit roll.
Yeah.
All you need is a 4. You got a 3.
We're gonna Benny that.
Go ahead.
I don't want to be disabled for fight. So do that number. Bollocks.
Okay, double ones. That means you keep the 3, so it's a failure, but you cannot spend any more bennies on this.
No.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens, because this is not a terror check. All right, this thing just causes fear. It does not cause terror. Okay, yeah. If it was terror, I would be rolling on a chart. Because it's fear, your character is shaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Irish.
So that just means that for the duration of this scene, your character he's fatigued. For the duration of this scene, your character will be at a -1.
Well.
Okay. What do you want Lacey to do?
What am I closest to? Who am I closest to? What's in?
Holy crap! You are within arm's reach of everyone. Like you have been so far successfully bobbing and weaving as that whole mess sitting there.
Yeah,
that's people moving around, kicking, screaming, throwing punches, the whole 9 yards, and your Irish butt has so far managed to not get clipped by anybody.
Well, I'm gonna do the proper Irish thing and find the person and just start wailing.
Nice. Okay. So you see her open up to Sister Mercy pops a shot into the dude. Do you want to take a shot at this guy too?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, do you want to shoot him, or you want to punch him, or do you want to take a stool, like a bar stool, and smash him?
Let's start out with a bar stool.
Bar stool it is. Hell yeah, it's a proper bar fight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Your mother taught you a thing or two.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. So give me a fighting roll, please.
Yeah, it's almost like a Southern coming. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay, so these guys, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, 4 + 2, that's 6. That's 6. So it did not work. I don't think you want to spend another Benny on this.
No, I don't. I don't want to.
Okay, so it didn't work. So what happened? Again, remember, you're in all this chaos right now. And you scooped up the bar stool, and in your head, how did this failure happen?
Yeah, so I grabbed the bar stool, and the attempt was to grab the legs and hit the person with the seat end of it. The problem was that as soon as I switched hands and grabbed the feet, and bring it over my head. It literally fell apart. It's the weight of people sitting on it that held it together for so many years.
I love it. Yes.
As soon as I brought it up,
Ancient Chinese.
it collapsed behind me, and all of a sudden I've just got 2 sticks in my hand.
Right, and as you hold those 2 sticks, and O'Malley looks up, he looks back just in time to see a fist comes flying at his face, and O'Malley's head snaps back further. The sticks go fly on his head, and he's careened up against the bar counter. All right, so that brings us up to Bad Luck Betty manages to stand up. Shady turns, and he looks at the woman with the orb, and the ethereal cards appear in his hands, because that's what Shady Doug is. He's a huckster. And as he begins to bring the Manitous to him so he can pop off a spell, Bad Luck Betty glances at him. Shady takes a step back, his tinted glasses, as he gets the cards in his left hand, he tips the glasses down with his right. He looks over at Betty, and in a thick Cajun accent, "Go and help the others. I've got this one." Betty nods, and she turns, and she runs towards the ogre as a body of one of the guests that the ogre's just tossing people lands directly in front of Betty. As a woman, she goes face first into the ground. Her butt is up in the air, and Betty uses that as a springboard to launch herself onto the shoulders of the ogre. And Bad Luck Betty has now straddled the back of the ogre, and with one hand has looped her hand around the ogre's long hair, and in the other hand, she raises it up like she's breaking in a stallion, whooping and hollering the whole 9 yards. And here we go. I'm going to flip over the next cards. This time, I'm going to give to Greg first. Okay. Ooh, that's a king for Greg. Next, I go to Everett. Everett, you got a 9. For the minions, they got a 6. For the ogre, he got a 4. Okay. All right. So Sophia and Archibald are back to back, an almost perfect tandem. Kicking, sliding. It's almost, for these two, it's almost like a bizarre, deadly dance. As he catches his wife, dips her down as a foot skims just over her chest and face, and the thug goes spiraling off and falls to the ground. As he brings her up, Sophia has reached behind her husband, pulled out the small pistol, and directly behind Archibald, she pops off a shot. They look at each other, smile. He dips her down and looks in her eyes. "God, I love you so much." And she just looks at him so sweetly. "Oh, don't I know it?" And she pops her hand back and she pops off another shot. Greg, Sister Mercy is up. What is Sister Mercy doing?
All right, so that turd is still standing there next to me?
Yes. And he punched O'Malley. Like, O'Malley stepped forward to try and help you.
I'm just going to shoot him again.
He should have been paying attention.
Yep. Here,
go ahead, give me that shooting.
Let's go. See if it gets any better. Oh, my clicky. Clicky again. There we go.
Oh, my God.
10.
2, that's an 8. So that's still a success.
Actually, it's a 9 because it's already taken 1 off.
Oh, okay. So
it keeps taking 1, but it's not taking 2. I put 2 wounds on my sheet.
Okay.
Sheet's not calculating, right?
It's all right. Hey, we got it. So, yeah. So that's a success. That's a raise. So here's what I want you to do. Roll me 3d6, please. Add them together, and don't forget your aces.
maybe 6, maybe.
Oh,
I see
okay.
no
Well,
up
now
and over.
he's shaken. He's shaken. So with you doing another shake, that's a wound, and that'll put him down.
Bye-bye.
And Lacey, you can see a guy coming up behind her.
Right. So I'm going to call the move that as soon as I get hit in the face with blood, it was almost like a Vulcan mating ritual Klingon, where, oh, that was just the spark I needed. And I look on the bar really quick and I turn around and I find it doesn't matter if it's full, empty, whatever, but I find a bottle.
Uh-huh.
And so I grip that bottle and I'm going to swing it at the dude coming at me.
Do you want to swing it? Do you want to hold it and hit him with it? Or do you just want to chuck it at him?
Like a glass club. Just bam.
Glass club. Give me another fighting roll, please.
All right. Doobie. And that's a 5.
5. Yes, that hits, because as he comes up, he has elbowed one guy out of the way, and he's got a nasty looking hook. Like, it's a weird looking hook weapon. And he slashed one woman, brought her down, and he sees Sister Mercy. He cocks his head, he raises it up, and Lacey, you slide behind Sister Mercy. Excuse yourself, because you're polite. Excuse yourself. Snatch a whiskey bottle off the bar. Roll me your strength. What is your strength die? It'll be at the top.
Oh, yep, that's a 6.
Roll me a 6 and a D4, please.
Doobie-doop.
Yep, and you add them together.
Okay, so
3, 2, that's a 5. That's enough to shake this guy. It won't put him down, but you've hit him and you've disoriented him.
That's fine. That's a start.
Yeah, hell yeah, just smash. It didn't even break the bottle. Because contrary to popular belief, these bottles don't really break upon impact all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a plus for you. You still have a large blunt weapon in your hand. That brings us to Bad Luck Betty. She has got the knife out, and she goes to bring it down. The ogre's hand just comes up, and the knife goes into the palm of his hand. And it closes, and it catches the knife and her hand and her wrist, because he's got huge hands. And he's holding it, and Betty's wrenching her arm, and as the ogre has stopped moving people, now it's focused on Betty. And he staggers back, and Betty yanks the hair to try and pull him. So now she is guiding this ogre, and they are hitting tables. He's stepping on people or bumping into people, and they're just looping around. Shady turns and looks at Dowling Fang. And her black eyes and her black teeth are just taking in all this carnage. And Shady takes a step back. He watches a lot of the blood that's flying. Some of it doesn't hit the ground. Some of it actually stops in midair, goes up towards the rafters, and then spirals towards her. And she closes her eyes, puts her arms out, and the blood begins to hit her and get soaked into her skin. Shady takes a step back, and he's trying to process all this, and he just, oh hell no. And the hand comes up, the ethereal cards come up, he looks at the hand, he smiles, and he looks back. As he looks back, his eyes get big as Dowling Fang, as her arms out wide, the blood soaking into her skin. Her eyes open up, and the dark eyes have turned, and they're looking directly at him. The hand that's holding the orb just makes a simple flick motion, and something slams into Shady Dog's chest and sends him careening backwards as if he got kicked by a horse. And he goes slamming into the opposite wall. And he slumps to the ground, unconscious.
Hmm.
Okay, that brings us to our our minions, as they are wrestling forward. The one turns, it looks at the one guy that got hit by the bottle. He looks up and he sees Lacey, and he lunges forward with the hook. Hold on a second. Oh, he rolled a 1, and I rolled a d6 to see if it was a critical failure, and he rolled another 1. Everett, you can have some fun with this. He just got a critical failure.
Yeah, you did.
What just happened to that guy?
Okay, so I'm gonna see if this works.
Yeah.
So my previous action was to clock him in the head,
Right? And you did.
knocked him silly. He comes back at me,
Mhm.
and I go to more or less parry out of the way,
Right?
and his bodily action was to ram his head into my chest. But as I moved out of the way, he rams his head into the bar.
And he doesn't just ram it into the bar, he rams it into the bar. And Lacey, as you stagger back, holding the whiskey bottle upside down, it's running out of the bottle onto the floor and down your arm. And you're looking at this guy because he hit that bar counter so hard it actually cracked the wood.
Ouch.
And the hook thing hits your foot, and he's hitting for a couple of agonizing seconds. He's just stuck there. His arms limp, and then he slowly slides down the bar and he flops to the side unconscious.
Genius.
Right, nice. The ogre holding on to Bad Luck Betty's hand and wrist as she jerks his hair. He pivots around and he glances up and he sees the chandelier that's hanging down. There's multiple chandeliers hanging down. But he sees this one. He purposely bumps himself into a support column, crouches down, and as Bad Luck Buddy jerks his head back, he chuckles, and he launches himself straight up. And Betty, before she can even react, looks up. She tries to let go of the knife, but he's still holding onto her hand and wrist with one hand. And as it goes up, she careens her head into one of the rafters and goes limp. He quickly swings her around and brings her chest first into a support beam and then lets her go. Turns back around and starts wading back into the fight, stomping on people. Now he's just smacking people left and right out of the way as he goes towards Kwoloon and his sons. Oh my God. Well, now Lang Fang, she looks at this as the last of the blood. There's still more coming towards her, but now it's just hitting her. She's letting it run down her body. And she tilts her head and narrows her eyes. She looks at this and she sees her men are losing. As she glances over at the ogre, sees that he hasn't made much progress. And she starts yelling for him. And he redoubles his efforts. And she raises both her hands up, puts them together, and there's the sound of air being drawn to her. And she lets it loose, and there's a little ball of, looks like smoke. As a white mass leaves her hands, as it gets closer and closer, rises up in a high arch, and it lands directly at the feet of Childlike Feng and his sons. And she growls, "Enough!" And the ball explodes, and it sends up a large cloud of thick fog. Your characters can now only see roughly 5 feet in front of them. Anything past 5 feet are just blurred images. And remember, people are still fighting, so they're moving around quickly, friends and foes. There are disembodied voices cackling in this thick fog, and it's moving, spiraling around you guys. I need each of you to please give me a fear check real quick. This will be a terror check. If you fail this, I will be rolling on my favorite chart.
We're having all luck tonight.
Lacey got himself a 5. Okay, that's a success. All you need is a 4. Oh, Sister Mercy got herself a 14. Success in a race. Praise the Lord.
She's angry.
Hell yeah, guns and God, baby.
Yeah, part of it's still the bump on her head.
So,
at her shoulder.
Right, but a lot of everyone else is panicking and freaking out. Okay, this first card's going to go to Everett. Everett, you got yourself an 8.
Excellent.
Greg, you got yourself a 7.
Okay.
Minions have got themselves an ace.
Nice.
And the ogre has himself a 5. Okay. Are you guys happy with your cards?
Let's roll with it.
Let's roll with it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that brings us to the ace, which is the minions. The next thing you know, Lacey, Sister Mary was right there. Something grabs Sister Mary, and you see her get pulled back. And the next thing you know, she's just one of the blurry objects in front of you. And then someone grabs onto your shoulder and violently yanks you back.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second. So we're going to start with Greg. No, so we start with Everett. So we'll attack on Lacey. Oh, you are. That's amazing. Oh, I thought there was going to be another one. So the guy grabs you and he tries to do a hard flip. So he pulls you back, grabs your wrist, grabs onto you, and the next thing you know, you're being hoisted up into the air. But whoever is grabbed onto you, one of the bad guys, he slips, so your feet connect with a table, and you're able to roll with the attack. So right now, again, you're still in this cloud, but you're not hurt, so that's a plus. Now, Sister Mercy, on the other hand, let's see what happens with Sister Mercy. That's a 7, so that's a hit. So we got a 6 and a 4. I got a 2 and a 1, so it's not enough. So whoever this person is, they grab onto you. You can see the right arm coming towards you.
Okay.
You bring up the good book and you smash it into the wrist, and then you bring the gun around, and this person grabs onto that wrist, and the two of you are now trying to fend off each other's weapon. And you're spiraling around with each other, you're bumping into other people, and then something very large careens into you and your assailant, and the next thing you know, you feel something smash into your midsection, and as your hands go out, you realize that you've hit the bar counter again. Where your assailant is, you can't tell. And the fighting continues like that. All right, so that brings us up to 8. That would be Everett. You are up. And where you're at, you can't make heads or tails of who is friend and who is foe.
Yeah.
There's just this thick fog that's swirling around all of you.
Man, and what's really great about the graphic on the screen, and the listeners can't see this, but literally we can't see what character's in what square. So
that's silly.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Everett, give me a notice roll.
Good call. Literally, and that
6. It's fog. And as you're glancing around, you look up, and the lanterns that are either on the support beams or on the table, or hell, there's even a small fire on the ground. Everywhere that the fog is, the fire, the naked flame, is pushing back the fog. What do you want your character to do?
I want to see now. Do I have like a lantern I can pick up?
Oh yes. All you have to do is turn around, and like I said, one of the support beams directly beside you. You can go over, get on a chair, grab onto the lanterns, and also one of those old school oil lanterns, and you yank that up off its hook, and you're holding on to it. What are you doing?
Cool. I'm going to use that to find my bottle and sneak behind a bad guy and pop him in the head.
Ooh. Okay. You can do that, but it's going to be difficult because, again, I mean, you're going to have to get right up on top of people.
I know. That's the fun.
That's the fun. So, okay. So you can do this.
Yes, I can.
So you got you're using the lantern. You're using the lantern so you can see who you're hitting.
Exactly.
Bingo. Got it. Yes. So Lacey, as you come running forward, because like a lot of the fighting has died down. I mean, they're screaming, but people are just flailing around now. And Lacey, as you come up and over, you see a crouched figure, and as you bring up the lantern, it's Sister Mary. Sister Mary will cue up the heroic music as Lacey O'Malley literally burns his way through this fog, hoists up a bottle, and Sister, as you stand up, Lacey, you get between her and one of the thugs' red sash, pivots around. He looks completely surprised. So I'm going to give you a +2 to this attack.
Yeah,
taking this guy off guard. Go ahead, give me a fighting.
Yay, it better be a sweet roll, man, because, learn how to use mouse. All right, fighting.
Remember, you add 2 to whatever's rolled.
So that would be a 5.
5. Okay. So as this guy, because roll 3 +2, that's a 5. So as this guy turns around, his eyes get big, the bottle clinks. Go ahead, roll me a D6 and a D4, please.
So that's
roll me another 6.
Yeah. So
there we go. 10, 12, more than enough. The bottle does break this time. And as it careens in the middle of this guy's forehead, his eyes cross, his skull splits open, and he just flops to the ground like a lifeless sack of potatoes.
And I almost used my action card.
Oh, no, you don't want to use it for that. Not for that. No. Remember, you can hold on to these for the entire story. So,
right.
So we got 2 more episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yes. So, Sister Mary, as you are standing behind Lacey as he smashes one guy to the ground.
Sister Mary?
I'm sorry, Sister Mercy. Sister
You've been
Mercy.
saying Sister Mary. I was like,
have I been saying that?
Yep. You've been on a roll tonight with names.
I have been on a bad roll. I'm a professional. Anyway, so Sister Mercy, as you stand behind Lacey O'Malley as he smashes one of the guy to the ground, what do you want Sister Mercy to do?
So beyond that, I can't see much of anything, right?
It's very difficult to make out.
Basically, without hopefully putting myself in the path of anything major again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to step away from the bar,
Yep.
still keep Lacey where I can see him,
Right.
but try to move and see if I can start seeing anything else as I move.
Right. Okay. Is there anything just like another bad guy, an ally?
Yep. I'm just looking to see what becomes available. If it's another bad guy, so be it. If it's something useful, so be it.
Right. And as you come forward, it's actually your host, Chao Peng. No, excuse me, Chao Lin. He staggers into you, and oh man, oof, you can't tell if it's his blood or somebody else's blood, but his very fine clothing is now soiled. He's got stains from hell coming from this fight. He's got rips, tears, he's got a couple of small cuts on him, and he grabs onto you, and he looks very confused. He glances around, and as he pulls you close, he's just muttering something. He muttering for Meng, where are you, Meng? And you can hear Archibald saying something along the lines of, I have him. And then he's quickly cut off. And Stephanie is yelling for her husband, and he's no longer responding back. Meanwhile, the ogre has let out a roar of triumph. And as he is moving through the fog, and he's the only thing you guys can really tell because he's huge compared to everybody else. As he comes moving out of the fog, the camera has gone around behind Dongling Fang. And her black teeth is focused on that as we see the smile just get bigger and bigger, and her eyes get wide. And she holds the orb out in front of her as the ogre erupts out, and he's holding a young man by his throat. And as he is striding out, he throws the young man down, and as he throws him down, we see Archibald has his arms around the young man's waist. And they both fall to the ground in front of the floating woman. And as she glances down, and the fog begins to immediately recede. And as it recedes, we see that you guys are all looking at the front of the tavern. And the floating woman looks down. She holds her hand. The orb just blazes bright green. And she cocks her head, and she moves it slightly to her left. And she sneers down at Meng. And she smiles. And she says the young man's name. And it just sends a chill down your spine as she says it. And then her dark eyes, we see, the camera zooms in on her face, and her eyes look down. She's looking at the orb, and the orb is still bright. She looks down, she cocks her head, and she holds it out. She holds it towards Archibald Wolf. And Archibald is getting up onto his feet. He looks up at the woman, and the woman cocks her head. What is this? And she starts to cackle. And she goes down, and she grabs the young man, and with unnatural strength slams him into Archibald, and she manages to grab onto both of their shirts. and she pulls him close. Two! And she holds the orb up, and with that, she begins to shimmer along with Meng and Archibald. And a black mist swirls around her, and she cackles, and Archibald yells for Stephanie, and Meng yells for his father. And they all become a black mist swirling around each other, and they go out the front door. And the ogre turns and he barks some commands, and any of the foot soldiers that are still able to stand, they get up and they start to run either at windows or up the stairs to the second floor or just towards the front of the building. You each have an opportunity now to either shoot or grab one of these foot soldiers. Would you like to try this?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to attack or do you want to grab?
Can I shoot one enough so that they can't run away?
Absolutely, you can. What about Lacey?
Yeah, I want to shoot one too.
Yes, go ahead. Give me some shooting rolls, boys. Because you're not the only one shooting. Bad luck Betty. She's pissed. She's pissed, and as the ogre turns, she has stumbled over. Four. That's all you need is a 4. So yes, each of you have managed to pop a shot into one of the
Actually, because of my wounds.
A 2.
I've only got 3. I've only got 3.
Misses, and you stumble to the ground, and you're on your knees, and you're laying on your side. You've dropped the good book, and your hand is now over the wound. And you cock back the hammer. You pop off your last 2 shots, and luckily it doesn't hit anyone else. Lacey, you toss the bottle down, and you reach down and you pull out the revolver and you pop off a shot. It clips you were aiming for his center of his back, but you clip his leg.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. That's fantastic. Oh my God. What? Okay. Because Stephanie she flicks a knife and it clips one dude in the throat. And when she sees you pop the dude in the leg, she nods and she congratulates you. Good, excellent call, Mr. O'Malley. Excellent call. We need one alive. Excellent call. She flicks another knife and drops another guy. And Betty has staggered over and she's gotten to her Winchester. And she snatches it up, she ratchets around in, and she levels it at the ogre, and as going from her sight down the barrel, she lines it up at his head, and she takes the shot. The shot careens in the ogre's head. His head snaps forward. Outside, the black mist is just circulating, almost like it's waiting for the ogre. And when the ogre drops down to one knee, brings his hand up, feels the blood, looks at his hand and flops to the ground, the cackling stops, and it's just a pissed off scream, and it jets off into the night.
Despite having a hole in her shoulder or whatever, Sister Mercy is trying to kind of go around and help where she can.
Right.
Catch people up if possible.
Right.
The Lord's word.
Right. Which, oh my God. Well, Lacey, what about Lacey? What's Lacey doing?
So after I, kind of shake off all the nerves and put my gun away and And I'm looking at the situation, and all of a sudden, just, the occupation kicks in, and I got to start writing down everything that occurred.
Nice. You
Story
also
time.
you still have your camera too.
Ah, there you go. So I'll get pictures as well.
You never get the good stuff though.
Yeah.
You never get the fight. You never get that. Damn it. Oh well, hey, you got this. There's this. So
Yeah.
so we see Lacey just going around, taking pictures. Much to everyone who's there's not too happy about that, but it is what it is. Oh my God, gentlemen, each of you please take a Benny.
Hey, thanks.
Apparently, the one man that Lacey O'Malley shot and wounded, apparently they were like, that's all that we need is one man. The sons of Kwoloon, whose brother has been kidnapped by, according to them, a devil walking the world.
Oh, their ma.
They're angry. They are angry. Oh no, do not say that. That is a very offensive thing to them. There is no way that they want to be related to that thing.
Yeah, well.
Well, there's problems. They begin systematically, anyone that's just wounded, they start slitting throats.
No.
No, okay. Lacey, as you are taking your pictures and you snap a picture of one of the sons wrenching the head back and growling in Mandarin for my brother, and he cuts the dude's throat. Sister Mercy starts to speak up. Stephanie Wolf just stands there impassionately, and she's just watching. And she walks over and she drops one of the heels of her feet onto another man's throat and begins to push. All right. Greg, you have a choice. You said no. All right.
I mean, she's not going to be a part of it because I'm assuming they're killing all the bad guys that were only wounded.
Yes, they are, but they're human. They're human. They're not monsters. They're human.
True. One of them shot me though.
Yeah, but you shot people too.
Only the one guy.
Also, right. And this, would you though? Or would you push forward to, no, we don't do this?
I mean, are they trying to get any information out of him, or are they just flat out?
Oh, no. They have their one person. They have their one.
That's where I'm going to reason with them. Because that one person may not talk.
There you go.
Everybody talking.
Greg, at the end of this interaction, this is now social conflict.
Okay.
As they have cut the throats of at least two guys. And the other brothers are just walking around, grabbing people, checking to see if they're alive, and then bringing knives down. And Sister Mary gets loud. Lacey, you snapped off a shot. Sister Mercy, damn it, Billy. I'm having a bad day. Anyway, Lacey, how do you feel about this? Like, they've congratulated you. They've congratulated you multiple times for keeping a level head. And yes, we need information. We have our one. We don't need the others. And they've already killed two men. And Sister Mercy has spoken up. How does Lacey feel about this?
It's not necessary, but I feel that if I try to say anything, I might be next.
Okay. Hey, yeah.
Do we want to stir a pot, or do we just want to, is it a cultural thing, or what's the story? So I'm just like,
what exactly is Sister Mercy saying, Greg, to the brothers?
I'm at least gonna try and go with maybe we should wait to kill them all until we find out the information that we need.
More information. More people, more information.
More people, more information. Because that one guy is going to see you killing everybody else and just be like, well, fuck it, I'm going to die anyway.
Nice. Okay, Lacey, do you want to help back that up?
Oh yeah. I mean, it makes a lot more sense than just saying you guys are wrong for doing it. So I stopped one of the guys that is, going around basically squishing people. And, I ask, hey, look, I'm not trying to cause no ruffus or, no problems here. But here's the thing. The people that are still alive can give us the information that we need. We get the info, we leave, you guys have your way. Nobody gets stepped on except for them.
Right.
Nobody
else gets killed. Okay. All right, Greg.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. Roll me persuasion. And you can go ahead, you can add 1 to this. Everett, roll me persuasion. You guys are setting the difficulty. Now, if you fail this, they're going to kill these guys. And it'll make, because right, it'll make it a little bit more difficult. And you will lose a potential ally in this. If you succeed in this, you'll get information and you will gain a potential ally.
I'll be rolling anyway, so let's see.
Go ahead. Let's see what happens. There you go.
10.
There you go. There's your 10.
I don't need to do nothing.
Well, okay. So okay. If you're comfortable with that 10, remember, I'm going to roll 2d10. That means that I'm going to roll 2d6. They have to beat a 10. I don't add them together.
Yeah.
Okay.
What odds? I don't know.
Right?
So he was adding 1 already to what I rolled.
Yes.
So I'm at a 9 plus his 1, so I'm at 10. Yeah.
You're at 10. Yeah.
Yep.
So are you guys cool with that, or Everett? Do you want to toss a Benny to see if you can't jack it up a little bit more? You need at least an 8.
Yeah, let's do a Benny. It's close enough here towards the end of our episode.
Right.
And let's see what happens.
So, you got 10. Okay. You got 10. So I'm going to roll 2d6. Let's see how this pans out. 2d6. See how this goes. And they got a 3 and a 4. I'm not going to take that away from you guys. So, So, again, because Lacey, whether you want to stir the pot or not, you've been around the block, man. Wrong is wrong. During that fight, that's different. That's self-defense.
Oh, yeah.
Sister Mercy's right. All right. This is not what we did. This is not what the Legion does. We are not a lynch mob. These people have committed crimes. They should be arrested. We can take them, we can get information from them, and to make it sweeter, the ogre is still alive.
Kick him in the balls.
The scene has shifted and moved from the Jade Pavilion to Chaoshalin's estate. It is a 2-story, multi-roomed house with compared to a lot of the other properties, the estate is surrounded by a 10-foot tall stone wall. It has an ample courtyard A large wrought iron gate is out front. He has many servants on the inside. Some are just simple house staff, but most of them, though, are armed. Some have rifles. Some have pistols. Most of them, though, have crossbows. Apparently, Kwoloon prefers the more classical protection. Several of the Kwoloon foot soldiers are in a side room, literally chained up. And the ogre, the ogre is in a separate room to himself. It looks like it was a pantry that was cleared out, and he was stuffed in this pantry. Now comes the fun part, because Stephanie's pissed, and she tells the butler, while you guys were at the Jade Pavilion, she tells the butler to get her things.
Right, sounds like fun.
She goes, she was right along with the brothers. Her stiletto heels are just that, stiletto heels. And she was a cunt hair away from shoving one of those into this poor bastard's throat. But as you guys are talking, she relents. The next time we see Stephanie Wolf, her hair has been pulled back. She has those classic hairpins put in place, which you guys now know are nothing more than thin throwing knives. She's wearing breeches, knee-high boots, a black vest with a nice, simple silk blouse underneath of it. She has a thick belt around her waist. On the small of the back of the belt is a holster, a large holster. And in that holster is a Gatling pistol. Weird design. Not the kind of Gatling pistol found here in the States. It looks a little bit more archaic. But still, ominous all the same. And in her left hand, she carries a skull face mask. And it looks like real bone. She's standing with you, and Betty has Sister Mercy off to the side. Because Betty, for all of what you can do, you can heal others, but you can't heal yourself.
Yep.
Betty is looking you over. Oh, I can't believe that. 2 6s, 2 4s. All right, so we got 10 altogether. So that's a success and a raise. Greg, you could take away one of your wounds.
Take away one of my wounds.
Take away one of your wounds.
Okay.
Nice. Nice. As Betty is looking over the wound, and she has haphazardly stitched up the nasty cut. It was a nasty cut, too. She's haphazardly stitched it up, and one of the house servants for Kwoloon has brought fresh, clean linens so that Sister Mary can wrap up her midsection where the cut is at. Kwoloon has the men, his sons are around, and he looks over at Stephanie Wolf and Lacey O'Malley, and he proceeds to plead with you to help him. Please help me. This is what the society does. This is what the Legion does. That thing you saw that took your husband, to which Stephanie's like, oh man, she's pissed. She's so angry. She's a raw nerve right now. She is so mad. And when he mentions her husband, she's like, you can see flames come off of this chick. And my son, I don't know what she would want with them, but it can't be good. Kwoloon is an evil place. She followed me from Hong Kong. My family has always had a bitter enmity with her brood. She's an evil woman, capable of evil things. She stopped being human such a long time ago. Please help me. Stephanie shakes her head. I don't need anyone. I could do this myself.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be easier to have help?
Yeah. So yeah, Stephanie looks over at Sister Mary and at first shakes her head, and then she glances over and Betty is sitting there, and she looks over at Doug. And Doug is got his hat is off, and he's got his spectacles, and he shakes his head. You're going to need to get in line, Cher. No one hits Doug like that and walks away. Nobody. Stephanie's eyes blaze. I will burn this entire city to the ground. No one touches my husband except me. Betty nods, looks over at Sister Mary.
Mercy.
Damn it. I'm going to have to clip that all out. Betty looks over at Sister Mercy, and she tips her hat. Son, I'm telling you right now, you need to take it down a notch, woman. Stephanie's eyes, oh my God, you didn't think they could get bigger. And she actually walks up to Betty, and Betty stands up and looks down at her. Betty's only a few inches taller, but she's much broader than Stephanie Wolf. And there's no fear at all in Betty's eyes. I like your husband. He was a nice man. Treat me with respect. She glances over at Chao Shulin. All of your sons have been kind to me and respectful. And you're right. This is exactly what the Legion does. We help those who can't help themselves against something so damn terrible that the average folk would run and scream. So whether you like it or not, lady, we're coming with you. You're damn good in the scrap. We could use that. Isn't that right, Doug? Doug nods, slips his shades back on, leans forward. Yeah, I like that, Cher. She's definitely come with us. She's really good at flicking those little knives around. Damn good at that. Mercy, do you have any questions before we wrap this up?
Sister Mercy looks at Stephanie. I don't want to pry any more than I have to, but there's a connection between what your husband was capable of doing and what his son seems to have a power of being able to do. That lady wants. And if we can figure out what that is, maybe we can find faster. But it seems like nobody wants to talk specifically about that.
Stephanie looks at Sister Mercy and she nods. All right. And she looks over at Chao Shulin. Let's talk about your son. Let's compare some notes. And then I'm getting my damn husband back. The screen goes black, and the credits roll. That's a wrap for this week. Join us again here at Radio Salad Studios, home for Savage Sessions.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and hit that bell icon to be notified when new episodes are released.
Until we see each other again,
Go out there,
be safe,
have fun,
and may the dice be with you.
always.
This game references the Savage Worlds game system, available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings, and unique characters, locations, and characters, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group.